At the beginning of the story, we are shown a hilly area where a man is traveling with some slaves. The feet of all these slaves are bound in chains, and this incident takes place in 1858. In that era, humans were sold as slaves. Now, while walking, it becomes night, and during this time, the leader of these slaves sees a stranger riding a horse carriage coming towards him from the front. The leader says to him in a loud voice, "Stop right there, or I will fire." He introduces himself as an ordinary man, and says that he has come to deal with the slave trader. "If you are the one, then you can deal with me." The leader asks, "What kind of deal do you want to make?" So the man asks if they have any slave who belongs to the plantation. Just then, a voice comes from among the slaves saying that he is from the plantation. Hearing this, the horse carriage driver goes to that slave and asks his name. The slave says his name is Django. This horse carriage driver's name is Dr. King. Dr. King asks Django questions about three brothers, and Django gives exactly correct details about them. Hearing all this, Dr. King becomes convinced that the slave he was looking for is none other than Django. Dr. King asks Django if he would like to go to the plantation. Django immediately says yes because his wife has been kept as a slave on the plantation. He wants to free his wife at any cost. At this moment, the leader points a gun at Dr. King and tells him, "Do not talk to my slaves." This makes Dr. King extremely angry, and he shoots that leader. There is also a brother of the leader there, whom Dr. King shoots and wounds. Later, Dr. King goes to that wounded brother and buys Django. All the other slaves become free, because now the leader's brother is also a guest for only a few moments. After this, Dr. King brings Django to the city and tells him that now he is free and can breathe openly. Django walks with freedom in the city, and people are left surprised seeing him because he is a former slave. Then Dr. King takes him to a bar and explains there that he is not fully free yet. If he wants complete freedom, he will have to do a job for Dr. King. Dr. King tells him that he is a bounty hunter and is in search of those same three brothers about whom he had asked Django earlier. During this time, the sheriff arrives from outside and shouts loudly that taking Django along is forbidden because he is a slave. The sheriff also knows about the incident of the night, so he has come to arrest Dr. King. Dr. King comes out of the bar and shoots the sheriff, then leaves from there taking Django with him. On the way, the doctor asks Django about his wife. Django tells him that he and his wife were both slaves to those same three brothers whom the doctor is looking for. Django says that one day both tried to run away. He himself managed to escape, but his wife was caught and forcibly sent to the plantation. After hearing all this, the doctor sets out to hunt those three brothers whom Django recognizes. The doctor knows that going straight inside will not be possible, so he goes pretending to be a buyer of slaves and makes Django his servant. When they reach there, the doctor goes inside while Django remains standing outside. During this time, Django sees two out of those three brothers and, without wasting time, shoots both of them. Hearing the sound of gunshots, the owner of that place comes out and points a gun at the doctor. Before the gun is fired, the doctor shows the warrant against those three brothers, according to which killing them is perfectly legal. Seeing the warrant, that man is unable to say anything, but in his heart, there is extreme hatred for both the doctor and Django because those two have killed three of his special men. That is why he orders his people that these two should not be allowed to leave the city at any cost. The doctor gets an idea of this, so he does not sit directly in his horse carriage. When the rich man's people surround the horse carriage, the doctor suddenly blasts that carriage, in which many of that man's people are killed right there. After this, the doctor asks Django if he can also do the same. Hearing this, Django takes the gun from the doctor's hand and shoots that rich man. Seeing this, the doctor is very happy and tells Django that he is a wonderful fighter. He wants Django to work together with him. The doctor promises that as soon as his work is completed, he will help in freeing Django's wife. Django immediately says yes to the deal because he wants his wife back at any cost. Therefore, now both together kill many people. Actually, the doctor is a bounty hunter who kills only those people on whom the government has placed a reward for catching them dead or alive. The doctor earns money by killing these people. One day, when they set out in search of their next prey, Django sees that in a field a man is working with his small son. The doctor orders Django to kill that man. Django refuses and says that he cannot do this because his son is very small. The doctor shows that man's warrant and tells Django not to think that his son is small, but think about how many innocent people this man must have killed. Compelled, Django shoots that man. After this, the doctor has earned a lot of money and now he wants to free Django's wife, who is imprisoned in a plantation. But this work is not that easy, because the owner of that plantation is Calvin, who is not only rich but also very powerful. The doctor knows that Calvin has a hobby of making black slaves fight. The doctor tells Django that he will meet Calvin and pretend that he also organizes slave fights, and will introduce Django in front of him as his fighter. After this, these two reach the place where Calvin is organizing slave fights. The doctor meets him and says that he also has a hobby for fights and wants to buy his strongest and best slave fighter. Calvin asks, "How much price are you ready to give for that fighter?" The doctor replies that he is ready to give $12,000. In that era, this was a very big amount, so Calvin is very happy to hear this. The next day, Calvin takes these two along with him towards the plantation where Django's wife is a slave. Reaching the plantation, it is shown that one of Calvin's slaves tries to run away. Calvin immediately releases dogs after him, who wound him badly. From here, one can guess how cruel and heartless a person Calvin is. After this, Calvin takes the doctor and Django to his grand and luxurious house. There, he introduces them to his sister and his special servant, who is a black man. The doctor tells Calvin that he is very tired and now wants rest. Along with this, he also says that he needs a girl, and deliberately takes the name of Django's wife. Calvin, without thinking much, agrees to this, and orders the girl to be called. Here it is shown that Django's wife is locked in a steel box, because of which her skin is burning. Actually, she had tried to run away, so she had been given this harsh punishment. Later, she is brought before the doctor. The doctor talks to her in the German language because he knows that she can understand German. The doctor tells her that he and her husband Django have come here to free her. Then the doctor calls Django inside. When Django's wife sees him, she is so happy that she cannot handle herself and faints. At night, everyone sits down for food. Django's wife is serving food to Django, the doctor, and everyone else because she is a servant in this house. Django and his wife keep looking at each other silently. Other people think that perhaps they just like each other, but Calvin's special servant, who himself is a black man, becomes suspicious of these two. He understands that these two already know each other, and the doctor and Django have come here for some other reason. After finishing the meal, the doctor says to Calvin that now let's talk about the deal. He says, "I want to buy your strongest fighter for $1,000. Along with this, the doctor says that he also wants that girl who was sent to his room, meaning Django's wife. The doctor makes an excuse that he does not know English well, and because that girl knows German, she can easily understand his words. Initially, Calvin has no objection to this, and says that the doctor can take her with him. But just then, his same special servant takes Calvin aside and tells him everything. He says that these people have actually not come for the fighter but for this girl, whom they know from before. Hearing this, Calvin's attitude changes. He says that if it is so, then in exchange for this girl he will need $12,000. Calvin goes outside and places a hammer on Django's wife's head and threatens that if money is not received he will kill her. Both Django and the doctor try to stop him. Finally, the doctor is compelled to accept his words. He gives $12,000 and frees Django's wife. Along with this, signatures are also taken on her freedom papers. Before leaving, the doctor tells Calvin that he is a cruel person. Calvin gives no answer to this, but instead says to the doctor, "Will you not shake hands with me? Because if you don't shake hands, it will mean that our deal is not complete, and I will not shake hands with you." Actually, both have come to their own egos. Calvin signals his man that if the doctor goes from here without shaking hands, it means the deal is cancelled, and then do not leave the doctor alive. The doctor thinks for a while and says, "Fine, I shake hands with you." As he moves closer to Calvin and extends his hand, a gun hidden in the doctor's hand comes out and he shoots Calvin straight. Calvin's special servant breaks down seeing his master's corpse. He starts crying while holding him and, in anger, fires at the doctor. In this way, Dr. King also dies right there. Only because of ego. The work that could have finished easily cost the lives of both. The death of the doctor burns Django from inside. He picks up his gun and starts firing at all the people present there, but in a short while his bullets run out. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the people there catch Django's wife, due to which Django is forced to surrender. After this, Django is beaten badly and he becomes unconscious. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself with a mining company. Actually, those people have sold Django here, and in this way, once again he becomes separated from his wife. Django tells the people there that he is not a slave, but a free man. He has been cheated, and he does not even know the work of slavery, but he is a bounty hunter. He shows those people a wanted poster, in which there is a reward of $7,000 on a man. Django says that if you support me, we together can kill him and will divide the money among ourselves. Those three accept his words and also give their weapons to Django. As soon as the gun comes into Django's hand, he kills those three without delay and leaves from there. Django heads straight for the plantation. First of all, he kills those people who had released dogs on the slaves. After that, he reaches the room where his wife is imprisoned. Seeing him alive, his wife starts crying with joy. Then Django goes to the place where Dr. King's dead body is. From there, he picks up those papers on which Calvin had signed for his wife's freedom. The anger over the doctor's death is still filled in Django's heart. That is why he goes back to Calvin's house where all his known people are present. Django finishes everyone one by one and tells all the slaves present there that from today you all are free. Calvin's special slave is also there, who had first suspected Django, his wife, and the doctor. Django shoots both his legs so that he cannot walk. After this, Django leaves that house with his wife and blows up the entire house with explosives. That slave also dies in that blast. In the end, it is shown that Django, riding on a horse, sets out through the forest path with his wife. Now they both are free and can live their lives with a new beginning. With this wonderful story ends here. Hope you liked this story. See you in the next